Right then, so another hack that I installed the other day was designed to get DAB into the car. Now, I've installed DAB on other cars or replaced the head units. I don't fancy changing this head unit. It's a lot more work than you probably think, and it's a lot more expensive as well. I've put Extron's head units in before and they're all right. They're a bit clunky. They're probably in excess of 200 quid, but the DAB can often drop out and things like that. I don't fancy listening to just FM radio, so I needed to think of a solution. And what I came up with in the end was the sort of cheapest, and it seems pretty good so far, solution of using one of the apps. So I've actually got a fairly healthy amount of data allowance on my mobile phone plan, so I think I've got about 8 gig. And apart from a bit of Googling and a bit of YouTubing, that allows me to stream as much music as I want through the course of a month, and it's not going to break any records. So what I bought was one of these little gizmos. They're nothing new, they've been around for a long time. Wireless FM receivers, and basically I've installed a cable that runs from my cradle here. I don't know if you can see the cable. My iPhone cable here runs across the instrument binnacle all the way down into the armrest, and in here is where I've got the Bluetooth FM transmitter. So all I'm doing really is Bluetoothing the music from my phone to the FM receiver. It's then transmitting that on a frequency of my choosing. I've selected 99.6, I think, because I can't seem to find any stations. What you want to do, if you do choose to do this, is pick a frequency that no one transmits on, or very rarely. So I had it on a different frequency to start with, and it worked all right. And I drove out of my area and started picking up some radio stations, and it started hacking into the signal and causing loads of interference and stuff like that. Just fiddle about with the frequency, and there you go. So basically, when I turn the car on, if I put the key in now, you'll see the Bluetooth unit powers up. That's just FM radio we're listening to now. 99.6 is my Bluetooth. There we go. Let's turn it off before YouTube have a problem. There we go. And that's just streaming off my phone. So what I would generally do is use that particular app, and then you can stream whatever you want. I particularly like Radio X. Happy days. Got technically not DAB radio, but they're all DAB stations. That was 10 quid, I think that FM transmitter was. The reason I got that particular one as well is it fits physically very nicely, and you can also charge 2 phones off it. There's 2 USB ports on it, and one of those ports doubles as you can put a memory stick in with if you happen to have loads of MP3 files and you want to play it. I do actually have some music that isn't in iTunes. Just bung in a USB stick and it'll happily play through them. Happy days. 10 quid, what can you say, you know? So it's got to be the easiest way to get any non-FM stations into any car that's got only an FM receiver. There we go. That's and it works pretty well. I live in a semi-rural sort of part of the world, and even driving through areas which are quite hilly and remote, it hardly ever drops below 3G, and with 3G there's easily enough bandwidth to receive audio from any of these, like Absolute 90s or Radio X or whatever the hell, Capital, whatever you listen to. There you go, little quickie.